Out shortly. In fact, very specifically, you can check it out at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, as a matter of fact, so about 24 hours from right now. In fact, I'm going to be hosting that because it's going to be a big marathon Sunday night. Oh, you know who's back on Sunday? It's not just Larry Magen who's going to stick around, but the Merm is back from Croton, the return of the Merm, and we also have the watch industry's favorite comrade, Craig Hester, among other guests. So pretty cool. Larry, thanks for being here, man.
Hey, Coach. Always a pleasure.
About it. Congratulations about last night. Huge
well, thank
show.
you. Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be here in the kickoff event for Must Watch. These must-watch events are, we get loaded up. I mean, we get fired up. We want to come in. We want to play our part. And here we are, Tim. Listen, the goods are here. We saw Eyal with Invicta. We saw Danny with Renato. Yeah. And now, hey, we're going to bring it here with our Madame Nemo for the ladies, a quarter carat of diamonds. Tim, take it away.
Well, we got 3 minutes, so let's get into this. This is 316L steel. And that means, by the way, surgical grade steel, for those of you not familiar. And what we're talking about in this particular instance is a choice of 3 different colors. So let me start with that. You can get sky blue. These are largely named after the bracelets, by the way. Sky blue. Sky blue will actually give you a matching dial. You can also get this in a white or an orange. Now, the white is white on white. The white, by the way, also accented with the warmth of rose gold, as is the orange, but you'll see that the orange also has the black. Now, Larry, I know we're very limited for time on this one, but there's 2 things I see here immediately. One is the prestige of a skeletonized mechanical automatic. 2, quarter carat of diamonds for a very small price tag.
Quarter carat of diamonds in a very, very famous case design. I'm going to grab the orange one for Tanya. She looks lonely over there. So here we go. But listen, for the ladies, okay, this is from our Gala series, our Gala collection. Quarter carat of diamonds. We don't typically do a lot of diamonds in our collection, as you know, Tim. These are all near colorless and eye-clean diamonds going around the bezel. If you take a look at the case design on this is inspired by a very high-end Swiss brand. A lot of companies are doing this kind of a look, but what we've done that makes it a little bit different is what we're good at, and that is a skeletonized mechanical automatic. Stuhrling Original has been a leader in the watch industry as far as doing not only mechanical automatics for the ladies, but also skeletonized mechanical automatics for the ladies. So now it's not just for the guys anymore about showing their love and appreciation of watchmaking. Ladies can say, hey, wait a minute, guys, I've got one too. I can love watchmaking and share my appreciation as well, but it's done in a feminine orientation. And take a look at how this looks on Tanya. Now, this is the orange strap with the rose gold. So 2 of these 3 executions do have the rose gold bezel. That's the orange and the white. And if you don't want the rose gold, the all, sky blue is with no rose gold.
Now, one of the things that strikes me immediately about this, other than the fact there's a quarter carat of diamonds, and it's a hand-decorated mechanical automatic. By the way, for the record, 35-millimeter case, which, as you can see, as Tanya wears this for you, is absolutely stunning. I think it really reflects the larger size, which is the trend, but without getting too outrageous. I got to talk about what you guys did on the back of the watch. This is not like a snapback. I mean, you guys are actually talking about a hand-set back.
Absolutely. That's one of the first things I always look at when I look at any watch, men's or ladies. I flip it over, I look at the back. I want to see, is it a screw in, is it a screw down, or is it a pop off? And you want to look for quality. You can see all the screws, as Tim is talking about, going around the outside perimeter of the dial. That speaks to the make of the timepiece, the quality of the timepiece. Blank from a solid bar of 316L steel, and here's that decorated 20-jewel mechanical automatic engine, and you can see even the rotor has been skeletonized. This is a very exciting opportunity, Tim.
Well, for about the 4th time this hour alone, we're now in another wait in the phone room. Do we know which one's predicted to go first on this yet, or is it too early?
Don't miss this.
They're literally neck and neck. Top men are unwilling to make a prediction right now. V91091, quarter carat of diamonds, decorated with noble metals, skeletonized mechanical automatic while they last. Let's go ahead and move on and get into some other things. Man, this is flying.
Yeah.
We've already seen one major sellout, and that was, of course, from Renato, and we're watching a couple of Invictus pretty closely at this point as well. Okay, now, of the pieces that you and I were looking at prior to the show, I have to say, and this is just a personal observation, I really sensed a genuine air of personal excitement from you about this series, the fact that it's back. As I understand, you've had this before, and it's been gone for a while.
Well, listen, we only launched the Challenger Pro 2 weeks ago, so this is still a brand new piece, and we did sell out the blue, which you're going to see here on the right-hand side of the screen. We have restocked a small quantity of the blue. We still have a limited quantity of the black, but this is our new Challenger for 2010. It launched a new series for us, Tim, our Challenger series in our water sports collection. This is phenomenal. We're going to be doing a lot more with this entire series. It is a 50 millimeter or 49.5 millimeter case design. It does have the Ronda StarTech 5030D, so you do have a world-class Swiss engine in this timepiece. But just take a look at the bezel. Take a look at the bracelet. This is sensational, and I do not expect this to last even a couple of minutes, Tim.
Well, let's take a look at that bracelet, case in point. Actually, we'll start with the dial, because I've only got 2 minutes here, guys, so there's probably some details I'm just going to have to hop over, and I don't mean to. We're just really pressed for time. This is a chronograph, as you can see. A chronograph, for those not familiar, means it's a stopwatch capability inside of a wristwatch. I love the semi-skeletonized date. I think it adds a beautiful, elegant complexity to the dial. You'll notice this is another multi-level dial. You'll see more and more brands stepping up, but frankly, how many are stepping up at this kind of price point? Not very many. I also like the windmill that you guys did on the second hand. That's a great touch. Now, I'm going to hop very quickly because we've got 90 seconds here. I've got to show you this bracelet. I think this is one of the big parts of the story. Big blocks, all in 316L or surgical grade steel. But check out how this is coming together.
Yeah.
There are portions of this where you've got, I guess we'll call it link A, which is in and of itself as a sculpture, and then it steps into this portion B with its own separate bolt, and that's done a whole different color. And then you're bringing in a third type of block as this sweeps around. The architecture on this is fascinating.
It really is, and
and then this.
Yeah, the clasp is a new style of clasp for us.
Very
all
cool.
Custom design. This has been in development for a little more than 2 years. It goes back to March of '08. I posted some of the original renderings on this on the internet on Watch Geeks, and they really enjoyed seeing that. But everything about this piece, the bezel is got a debossed bezel with inlaid enamel filling with a dual wave pattern. We have some really nice high-res pics. I don't know if there's time to show them, but they're sensational. Here's that blue one, and this is the one that sold out in a matter of a couple of minutes. I think we only had like 30 or 40 to bring here tonight, guys. So if you missed the blue the last time, here it is. This is sensational, Tim.
You know, one of the things that's really great about this is that, in my opinion, I don't think there's a whole lot of sport watches that necessarily translate to the boardroom. I think this can actually be one of them. It's nice. You guys really did a beautiful job with this.
Very good point, Tim.
Hey, there's one of those shots, by the way, that illustrates the extreme detail of the...
Wow.
yeah, exactly. The detail, the dial, the color, the steel finishes on that. Absolutely stunning watch. $188.91 while they last. And keep in mind, the blue one sold out within the last 14 days. So we're actually lucky the new quantity is here. V91542. V as in Victor, 91542. Larry, thanks for being here, man.
Tim.
It's going to be a huge night.
Thank you.
Already is. Thank you so much. Man, we're rich in guest persona tonight, no doubt. Hey, price and the interest-free payment. So details to follow, obviously, in the next few minutes, but that is now live. Grab it in advance if you would like. Larry Magen joins me, of course, from Stuhrling. Larry, again, thanks for being here. Huge hour last hour, huge night last night. You guys are on a roll. You really are.
Thank you very much. That Challenger Pro, thank you to everybody who jumped on that. They're practically gone, so congratulations. And now, Tim, in this hour, I'm really excited because we have our Brumalia. A lot of you know this piece. This has been a signature piece for Stuhrling Original from our boardroom collection, our Labyrinthian series. And Tim, this piece is elegant. This piece is class. It's a pure mechanical. Take it away.
Well, let's start with the three different color choices that you guys have here, because this is actually really, you talk about classics, you've just got them lined up. So in no particular order, rose tone, gold tone, silver tone. The rose tone refers to the rich warmth of the rose gold. If you want what I think is realistically the most classic, I would put you into the what's called gold tone, which is the yellow gold. And then silver over here is the one I have. Now, you could argue it resembles platinum. I think of it maybe as a little bit different route, as going to be the most versatile, since it comes out as a white metal. You can pull this into different colorations and so on and so forth, and it becomes therefore more easy to match it up with different suits or whatever. These are true mechanicals in a 45 millimeter case with a waterfall. It's a waterfall design, if you will, that is in the bezel, which means it steps down gradually. And in this instance, what Stuhrling has further done is added the detail of what's known as a coin edge. And as you can see, the coin edge becomes repetitive as well. Now, we mentioned, both of us, the term mechanical, and I want to talk a little bit about that, because now we're getting into what's referred to as the purists form of collecting or acquiring a watch. Now, wristwatches themselves, believe it or not, are not really even 100 years old, but watches have been around for a while, and before them, of course, we had the clocks, and they were all mechanical. Now, here's what that means. It means that it uses a mainspring. It does not, as an automatic, for example, would have an off-centered counter, like a So basically, it's a weight system that bounces around in the back of your watch and helps keep the mainspring wound. Well, this does not have that. And there's a real school of thought among some astute watch collectors that even that rotor interferes with the what is pure, which is the original mechanical concept of the build. There's your mainspring right there, case in point. Now, mechanical, we're going old school. We're going elegant. And in this case, not just a mechanical, but one that's been skeletonized and also hand decorated. And if you haven't priced those out, especially if a Swiss or a German did it, then you'll see they go for as much as a nice car or house or what have you. So to be able to bring in this grade of decoration, Larry, you guys have got to be thrilled with the result. I hope you are, because I think this is a beautiful watch. And now with a 5-pay system, somebody on ValuePay can get this home for $33.92.
Well, you know, absolutely, Tim. This is such an important piece in our entire collection. I want to show everybody here in Watches International. Anybody who picks this piece up, you ought to run to the internet and try and get yourself a copy of Watches International, because take a look at this, Tim. We featured this piece. This piece was featured huge right over here. This is the very watch right over here that is being offered for right now for this unbelievable price here on Must Watch. The Brumalia, we went big with it. I don't know if we get a tight shot, but take a look at this. So if you buy the watch, you may want to go get yourself a copy of Watches International, because it's always fun to show your friends, you know, the same book that you have on your coffee table, you have the watch. Now, again, Tim, this is a pure mechanical. You did a great job of explaining that here. But when we first came out with this piece, it was almost double this price. So this is a super value here. You've got a 316L surgical grade stainless steel case, as you pointed out, but it has the double milled, double step design bezel, which gives it such a touch of elegance and grace. And it's in a 45 millimeter case design, which is really, in my opinion, the upper limits of a dress piece. So it has a really nice presence on the wrist. It is an eye catcher. It is a boardroom style of piece. It looks like $1 million on the wrist. And by the way, the one that was shown in Watches International was in fact the gold tone. So I'm going to go ahead and slap the gold tone on here to give you, I mean, you're doing a great job of showing the black there, Tim. But this gold tone, to me, with the blue hands, and also the rose tone has the blue hands as well. That's the one that, to me, is the... That's why we featured the gold tone. We felt that was the most classic, Tim.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you're right. The yellow gold in particular is going to be the most classic, and I think, obviously, with you guys are clearly aiming at the concept of ultra high-end dress watches. Here's a way to take that concept, maintain the elegance and the purity of a true mechanical, but really bring the cost down, so instead of a relative few people owning it, many, many people are going to be able to own and enjoy this level of elegance, of sophistication, of dial craftsmanship and design. And I'm glad you rolled that over, by the way, because here's the thing about this, and I know we've got barely 30 seconds left, but because this is a decorated skeleton, Larry, this happens to be the one in the yellow gold. You look at this from the back, this is really an extraordinary work of art.
You can see, look at the decoration, the scroll work on what's remaining of the back plates. You see the oversized balance wheel. This is actually a pocket watch movement that's been put into a wristwatch. You see the oversized mainspring, and then look at the make on the case, the polishing, the finishing. And there it is. This is just a great opportunity here, Tim.
Last call on this, guys. Note the item number, if you would, V90503. 3 color choices: silver tone, rose tone, gold tone. Gold tone specifically is going to be in the yellow gold, as you can see. Last call on that. Take advantage of the Watch Week price and, of course, the 5 interest-free payments. Let's take a look at some other things that we have planned for you guys throughout the coming week. And this Invicta Reserve is certainly going to capture a great deal of attention, not to mention a great deal of people running to the phones to grab this while we've got it. This is going to be available at the Watch Week price of only $329.87 and 4 interest-free payments. I'm not clear exactly when we're going to be bringing that out, but I would imagine in the not-too-distant future. And for all I know, it's available right now on our website, so you can go check it out. Oh, there it is. It's going to be tomorrow night, and that means it would be at, let's see, what are we doing? 9 p.m. Eastern time, because I'm going to be sitting in for Jim tomorrow night. So we got the big marathon, a big 4-hour marathon for you guys tomorrow evening, and a lot of my friends are going to be there, including, while I'm thinking about it, the return of David Mermelstein, also Craig Hester, the watch industry's favorite comrade, is going to be there. So let's talk about the Madman. I think this thing is nutty, and I mean that in a really great way. I think it's outlandish, it's outrageous, it's part of the fun and the brilliance of this whole madman concept. And I know you've heard time and time again from, because I've heard you take the phone calls, the viewers that absolutely love it. I assume you guys hear it at your headquarters there in New York. Here's your chance, guys, to own a Madman at just $146.18. Now we're going to talk about 3 different colors. In this case, it is, let's see, orange and black, black and red, and green and black. Again, and at this point, in no particular order, orange and black, black and red, and green and black. The case itself, as is every Stuhrling to my knowledge, all 316L steel or surgical grade steel. This particular one is a rectangle measuring 53 millimeter by 42. It has not only the curved top, but it also has a curved back, which we'll get into time allotting in a bit greater detail. But the biggest deal about that is here's a giant watch that's also very, very comfortable to wear. I'm going to say to Jason in Mississippi, I think it is, and we'll talk a bit more about the watch. Hi, Jason, welcome.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hey, we're great,
Good,
thanks.
Jason.
Larry, I just want to let you know, and hi to Tim too, how much I love the Stuhrling watches.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. We really appreciate your support. Thank you.
I recently received my Emperor's Grandeur skeleton in gold tone, and it is just breathtaking. I just love to watch the inner workings of it. But I was also one of the very fortunate few to get a limited edition of the Tourbillon in the
nice.
rose gold.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on that one. And again, thank you for all your support, really.
Well, thank you, guys. I like the classic style of Stuhrling originals. That's why I prefer you guys. I love the Invictus also, but you guys offer nice classic styling. So thank you very much, and I enjoy your show, Tim, very much also.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, and thank you for being a great caller. Jason in from Mississippi. Excellent choices, and he got that Tourbillon.
Yeah.
I think didn't you guys only make like 100 of those or something?
Well, if you got the rose tone black, it was 75. If you got the rose tone silver tone, there were 100. But, you know, going back here to the Madman C2, Tim, this has become a big franchise piece for us, as you know.
No doubt.
This is the third model, actually, the third model in the series. We came out with it fourth quarter of '09. And so it's a 2010 edition here. It does have the Swiss movement, the Swiss ISA chronograph movement here. You've got the date aperture with the, the full extended date opening at the bottom. But listen, I love black and orange. Everybody knows that by now. I have the original Madman in the black and orange. But on this one, I got to say, I've been going a lot for the green watches lately. Take a look at this. And I do wear I was wearing my Madman C2 today, this one, but not, I didn't have the black PVD case. I had the silver tone with the yellow dial. You've seen me wear that. But all 3 of these executions are the newest executions with the black PVD case. So it's a great presence on the wrist. It's a monster piece. It's got a great curvature. You see the high-grade silicone rubber strap with the steel inserts as well.
I love the inserts. Great touch.
Absolutely. And the big curvature on the crystal as well. Look at the presence on the wrist, Tim. And if you really want to get wild, the most wild one has to be the red strap, the red rubber strap with the black case.
Yeah,
That's
I think
wild.
definitely the most eye-catching of the 3. Guys, last call on this already. As you can see, we're moving through many, many watches very quickly. Welcome to the must-watch event, specifically the kickoff. Many guests this evening. Larry Magen, obviously, from Stuhrling is here. Daniel Mink from Renato. Lalo from Invicta, and also we have some of the Securo team here as well. Terry's along with us. So a huge weekend, and frankly, a huge week planned for you guys. Last call on the Madman V 91389. Please do take advantage of that.